Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to play the opening guitar riffs from the song The Party's Over, Hopelessly in Love from Journey. Now a lot of times when people talk about opening guitar riffs from Journey songs, they'll refer to Stone in Love or Lights or Wheel in the Sky. But for me, The Party's Over is definitely the coolest. It's definitely my favorite, so I thought I'd make a lesson out of it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright, here's section 1 at normal and then slow speed. Alright, let's break this section into two, and in the first one we play this. Let me slow that down for you. Two things I want to call out here. First, those first 6 notes are all palm muted before the last 3. Also, notice that when I transition from the 5th fret of the D string to the 5th fret of the G string, I basically just flatten my middle finger across both strings. Watch my left hand. Now I found that to be the easiest way to play those 2 notes consecutively, although you could always replace the 5th fret of D with open G like this. Most people won't know the difference. And then in the second box we play this. Let me slow that down for you. Notice that all the notes are palm muted. Alright, let's tie both of those boxes together and play section 1 one more time at slow and then normal speed. Okay, let's move on to section 2. Alright, here's section 2 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break that up into 2 boxes, and in the first one we play this. Let me slow that down for you. All the notes are palm muted. Then in the second box we play this. Let me slow that down for you. So the first 4 notes are palm muted. Also notice that when I transition from the 7th fret of the G string, which is the first note in that second box, to the 7th fret of D, I've got my index finger barred across both strings. Okay. Alright, let's tie those 2 boxes together and play section 2 one more time at slow and then normal speed. Alright, let's move on to section 3. Alright, section 3 is where we get into the little chordal riffing here, and it goes like this at normal and then slow speed. Alright, we're going to break this up into 3 boxes, and in the first one we play this. Let me slow that down for you. So a couple things I want to call out here. Notice that we start off by barring our index finger across the 7th fret of the G and D, and then we quickly hammer on to the 9th fret of D. That's the first movement. And then the second thing I want to call out is that when we get down to the 5th fret, you'll notice that we're playing the 5th fret of D and then like a scratch note on the G string. Those 2 together. A lot of times you'll see this tabbed where you play the 5th fret of D and the 5th fret of G together. So now the problem with that is it sounds a little bit dissonant once you mix it in with the other instruments, like the keys, the piano for example. You can certainly play it that way, a lot of people do, and when I've watched Neil play it live, sometimes he hits that note and sometimes he doesn't. So try it both ways and see what you like best. Then at the end of box 1, once again we have that movement that we started with where we've got our index finger barred across 7th fret of D and G, and we quickly hammer on to the 9th fret of D. and add just a tiny bit of vibrato before stopping it. Now, the last thing I want to say about this box is after each little 2-note chord or dyad that you play there, stop the note from ringing. Don't let it ring out, okay? Okay, notice how I stop it after every one? Okay, you don't want to let it ring out. Then in the second box, we play this. With that first little dyad, 7th fret D and G, you do let that ring out before. Then in the final box, we play this. All right, let's tie those 3 boxes together and play section 3 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 4. Here's section 4 at normal and then slow speed. All right, we're going to break this one up into 3 boxes, and the first 2 are actually identical to the prior section, to section 3. Here's box 1, and then box 2. Same as what we did in boxes 1 and 2 of the last section, but in the third box, we play this. That's where it's different. And don't forget to palm mute the 5th fret of the D string and the 7th fret of the D string when you play those. All right, let's tie those 3 boxes together and play section 4 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 5. All right, here's section 5 at normal and then slow speed. So section 5 here is the same as section 4 without the little C power chord at the end. It's the same thing, okay? All right, let me play section 5 one more time at slow and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to the final section, section 6. All right, here's section 6 at normal and then slow speed. Now that should be pretty easy to follow if you've made it this far and you know how to read tabs. But I do want to call out that a lot of times when I see people perform this, they add in a couple of extra notes to match the keyboard, like this. It's totally fine if you want to do that, but that's not what the guitar does. It holds that D power chord before sliding down and then doing the G string. All right, let's wrap it up. All right, that was my lesson on how to play the intro guitar riffs from the song The Party's Over, Hopelessly in Love from Journey. Now, if you found it helpful or informative, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will attempt to answer them as time allows. Until next time, rock on.